Hey trainers! One of the things beginning trainers tend to struggle with is assembling a good team. With over 700 Pokemon and more on the way, it can be hard to assemble a good team. So today, I'm going to break down what makes a good functioning team and how to build one using your favorite Pokemon. Just to help articulate what I'm talking about, I'm going to be using my personal team as an example for building a team. But keep in mind, this is just one of my personal favorite team combinations, and the same basic principles can be applied to any team regardless of what Pokemon you choose to use. Also, this video is going to be for trainers who are just playing through the game casually, meaning you're just using it in-game and aren't using it for any kind of competitive purposes. But I will be making separate videos all about building a team for competitive battling at a later date, so be sure to check those out later. When you're building your team, you need to understand typing. Even though you can only use 6 Pokemon at a time, if you don't pay attention to your team's types, then you're not going to be very successful in battle. And the best way to help overcome this kind of problem is to study the Pokemon type chart. This chart shows all the different types, strengths, and weaknesses. Let's expand on that a little bit. Understanding compatible typing is absolutely crucial. For example, I have an Infernape on my team, and Infernape is weak to flying type Pokemon. So, to cover Infernape's weakness, I have Luxray, who's an electric type Pokemon. Also, Infernape's fire type covers Torterra's weakness to ice type Pokemon. When you're using Pokemon that have dual typing, it's important to keep in mind any additional weaknesses their secondary typing gives them. When a Pokemon is normally weak to another type, it's referred to as a 2x weakness. That means the move will be super effective and hit for more damage than usual. However, dual type Pokemon are susceptible to what's known as a 4x weakness. A 4x weakness is when both types on a dual type Pokemon are super affected by the same type, and it's hit for even more damage. For example, Torterra has a 4x weakness to ice type moves because both his grass type and his ground type are weak to ice. The same applies to a Pokemon like Dragonite. Since he's a dragon and flying type Pokemon and both of his types are weak to ice, he also has a 4x weakness to ice type moves. Now that we understand compatible typing, let's go into assembling your team. When you build your team, you're probably going to want to use your favorite Pokemon, and that's perfectly fine. But you want to make sure you pick the ones that work well together. For example, if you build a team of all fire-type Pokemon, you're not going to be successful because your entire team could potentially be taken down by one Pokemon. So, to avoid this problem, you're going to want to make a very diverse team. However, this doesn't mean that you can't use multiple Pokemon with the same type. For example, Infernape and Lucario are both fighting-type Pokemon, but their secondary typing is very different. So, this changes their weaknesses and allows them to work very well on a team together. And of course, now that we have access to it, most people are probably going to want to utilize Mega Evolution. To utilize Mega Evolution the best way you can, you're going to want to give only one Pokemon on your team their Mega Stone. The reasoning for this is that since you can only Mega Evolve one Pokemon per battle, you don't want to take away the opportunity for your other Pokemon to hold a different item, such as the Life Orb or the Choice Scarf. For example, Lucario and Heracross can both Mega Evolve, but if you put them on the same team whilst holding their Mega Stones, only one of them will be able to Mega Evolve and the other one won't be able to get any support from a different item that it could have held instead. So, to remedy this, you need to do a couple of things. First, decide who you want to put in the Mega slot. Second, once you've decided who you're going to have as your Mega, tutor the other one to be able to function without Mega Evolving. For example, I personally would be more comfortable choosing Lucario as my Mega, so I would tutor Heracross to be able to fight without his Mega Stone. To accomplish this, I would make sure Heracross had either the Moxie or Guts ability, and was holding the Life Orb for Moxie and the Toxic Orb for Guts. This would make Heracross plenty strong enough to be able to hold his own without Mega Evolving, and make it easier for Lucario to Mega Evolve. And this concludes my lesson on building a casual team. Thank you so much for watching. For those people who are looking to get into competitive battling, I will be doing a few videos on how to build and tutor a team for competitive play. If you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with a friend. With that being said, class dismissed. Now, when you build your team, you're going to probably Thank you so much for watching. For the people who are looking into competitive battling, I will be doing a few videos. Class dismissed. If I can find the stop button.